Welcome back. I'm your trader Sam. Today I want to talk about the next possible setups for Bitcoin. So we have been seeing a lot of resistance up here at the value area high where we have been rejected multiple times. But before we jump into it, guys, please remember I am not a financial advisor. Anything I say in this video is for educational purposes, and you know what to do. You know what time it is. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button. It's really going to help this channel grow. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So looking at the value area high here, you can see we have rejected. We have failed to get above these highs at 26,425. We keep getting rejected. And this is an interesting one because we do have this potential bump and run scenario here where if price does break out of it, it could be quite bullish. We could be targeting these highs up here at 28K. And after that, testing these lows here at 28,600 roughly, and then possibly even further. Since the 18th of last month, we've been trading within this range here. We have faked above it, we have faked beneath it, claiming a lot of liquidity, trapping long traders, trapping short traders, and now it looks like the time has come where Bitcoin needs to make a decision on whether it is going to go on to make higher prices or going to go down and make lower prices. So we can also see that this bump and run scenario is presenting itself here on the charts, and these can be quite bullish. So if we do break above this sloping trend line, we can be targeting 28K up here where we did put in these highs. And if we break above that, well then obviously we can be looking up to these lows up here at 28,600 approximately, and then going on to test 30 plus K. Looking at this here, how likely is it that we go higher? Well, this is a bit of a tricky one because although bump and run scenarios are quite bullish, we need to look at the overall context of what is happening. Now, we have rejected in the last few days from the value area high. We have come up to 26,400 and we've failed to get acceptance above this high over here. We have failed twice. Now, we are looking to come up and test this region again. However, to get a bit more context, if we do look at the S&P 500, we can see that we are currently at resistance here. Right? We have been struggling to get above these highs at 4,544. Now, you might be asking, why am I talking about the S&P 500? It is a group of stocks which generally sets the pace for Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto assets. Most of the time, Bitcoin is correlated to the S&P 500, meaning when the S&P 500 is at resistance and Bitcoin is at resistance, you can be expecting a drop, and vice versa. When both are at support, you can be expecting to get a bounce. Now, currently they are both at resistance. So this would obviously tell us that we could get a rejection here and come down further. But it is a little bit more tricky than that because we are making these higher lows. Okay, we're making these aggressive higher lows, and you could argue that we are making an ascending triangle here, which can be quite bullish. That's when you do start hitting resistance, you get rejected, but you're making aggressive higher lows, and eventually you do get a breakout above the resistance level. So this is something to watch out for the ES. Going back to Bitcoin, we do have these higher lows playing out as well. Not a clear ascending triangle. However, it is obvious to see that we are making these high lows, these aggressive high lows, getting rejected at the resistance level, and it is possible that we could get an explosion out of this zone. We also do have some news coming out in a few hours. We had the core CPI yesterday, and today we have the core PPI, which is in an hour's time. So I am expecting volatility. You can see how all this is correlating to what is happening on the charts. We are getting to a zone here where the price is going to have to make a decision because price is constricting. We're making these higher lows. Now it needs to make a decision whether it's going to come up here and get acceptance above these highs or lose these lows here at 25,765, where we would break market structure and we would go into bearish market structure. So how do you want to trade this zone? Well, because we are at resistance, you could be waiting for price to come up close to the value area high and get into a short position with your stop loss above these highs. Or maybe, given the reasons that I mentioned before, that we are making these higher aggressive lows, and you do see the potential of this bullish bump and run pattern. Maybe you want to wait for the breakout and then on the retest, get in for higher prices, right? Getting in at this retest of the value area high. That could be another option. So looking for longs. Another option I do see potentially playing out is price coming down here to the point of control, to the 618, and potentially getting a bounce, because we will see that volatility coming up in the next hour or so. This is something that could play out. If we do get a sharp drop down, we could be looking at potentially getting a big bounce after the drop. It's always difficult trading off of the news, so you do want to have your plans set out before it happens, so that when the levels you have marked off a hit, you know exactly what to do. So that's it really. They're the three scenarios I see potentially happening. Just running through those one more time. Either failing to get acceptance above this value area high and going down further, price coming straight down to this 618 and the point of control and getting a bounce, or bullish news coming out in the next hour and we get a big pump up here, and then we obviously try to get in on the retest. Now, retests don't always happen. Sometimes you do just get price blasting straight up and then not coming back down for the retest. However, I personally don't like to breakout trade because you don't have anywhere to put your stop loss. For example, if we were to break out here above these highs and you wanted to get into a breakout trade, your stop loss, your invalidation level, it's going to be quite far down here. So I would much prefer to get in at the retracement where I can have my stop loss and my invalidation all marked out, so I know that whatever happens, I am protected. I also want to note, guys, the importance of looking at the DXY. We can see this level here at $104 has been extremely well respected. It's been a support and resistance level. We have this high here, this low, and so forth and so forth. Now we have slightly come above that level and we are retesting it as we speak as support. So if this were to get a blast up here, that's going to be quite bearish for cryptos and the rest of the stock market. So if we do get a pump up here for the DXY, we can expect to see BTC go down further. Now, this is where it's handy looking at the DXY and the ES, because right now the DXY is at support, BTC is at resistance, and the ES is at resistance. So one would expect for continuation to happen here for the DXY, because we have come up above this resistance zone, back tested the support. We could assume that we will go on to higher prices, meaning that because the ES is at resistance, that it will get a drop, and the same thing for Bitcoin. There are a few spanners in the works here because it's not a clear breakout above this high at $104. And obviously for Bitcoin and the ES, they are making aggressive higher lows. And we are at this decision-making time coming up to the resistance level of this bump and run pattern, which often can turn out to be quite bullish. So by no stretch of the imagination is this going to be an easy setup. However, by being patient and waiting for a breakout and getting in on the retest, or if you want to short, by waiting for price to come up close to these highs over here where you do know exactly where your invalidation level is and you can set your stop loss so that whatever happens, you are protected with minimal risk. If you're finding value out of these short YouTube updates that I'm giving, be sure to check out the description below where you can see the link to our Legends Discord community, where I give very in-depth analysis daily, multiple times a day. We have Andy, the GOAT here, giving amazing analysis as well. And this is every single day, even on weekends mostly. We're coming in here and we're giving very detailed explanations of what we're looking at, what we're expecting. We do video updates as well, so it's not just posting charts. We do, 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute long detailed explanations in these video updates. We also have training modules, forums, group chats where all the legends share their analysis daily. So it's not just Bitcoin, it's altcoins as well. There's so much content within here. You can find the link right here in the description. Also, there is this link to sign up to BuyBit if you're looking for a really good exchange to use with minimal fees, a really good user interface, and just overall really good. I mean, they've got 24-hour live chat if you are running into any issues or have any questions as well. You can get up to $30,000 worth of bonuses by using this link. So that's it for this quick Bitcoin update, guys. I hope you did find value from this. Please smash the like and subscribe button, and I will catch you on the next one. Ciao.